welcome in to another woolly review with the 5 LadybirD woolly review scorecard, and today's interesting and really feels so beautiful lovely wool. Using also my custom made hook by Jelena, who custom made it just for me to my specification, and she does the same for anybody else for a really good price, and she is linked down below. If you pop over and have a look at her shop, please let her know that I sent you. It will really help her out, and heck, it might help me out as well, maybe. Anyway, we are doing a review on Love Woolkinds yarn, which is from Turkey, and all of this is in Turkish, apart from the very bottom, which says our balls of yarn may differ according to their quality, finesse, thickness, and meter length. So basically everything that is on this, not that there's much, but it is just complete random hodgepodge. So this is about 100 grams apparently, and it doesn't tell you the hook size to use at all, which isn't very useful because it says on here different numbers can be used. Yeah, we wish you to knit on beautiful days. Actually it says beatiful, but you know, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. So we're not here to judge the colour, we are here to judge the wool itself. So feeling this, despite the fact that there's some beautiful matching metallic in there, this is so lovely and soft. It's like, let's be honest, it's like stroking the back of somebody's head. It's really nice. A freshly shampooed head of hair. That's what it feels like. I am going to take a guess that this is a 3 weight. I wouldn't quite put it as a DK. I would call it more of a 3, but by looking at its composition, it may well be a roving, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. So, a request has been made that I make up swatches when I do these reviews. So that's what I'm going to start doing. Starting today. So here we go. Now this was actually a way too big a hook. Bear with me a moment. Let's get Beanie involved here. So I'm going down to a 4. Let's try that again. Of course, another custom made hook by Jelena, who made one of Miss Beanie just for me. Okay, let's try this one out. That's a bit better. Oops. So I'm not going to make a massive swatch, because a massive swatch isn't needed. Even this hook is still a little bit too big, but it's a lot better than the last one. Okay, so feeling very nice and light in my hand, I have to say. And we're not here to judge my stitches, just saying, before anybody does, you know, let's get that one out there. But yeah, this is feeling really nice on the hands. It certainly feels like there isn't any metallic in there. Obviously it can be seen, it just can't be felt. But very light. Definitely feels synthetic. But what that plastic type is, I can't tell you because the band doesn't tell you anything, which with me is already giving it a half mark off. So for those who normally play along and think, oh, she's loving it, it's going to be 5 ladybirds. Well, there's a hint that it really won't be because there's no information on the band, and so it's not going to get my full marks because I don't know what's best to wash this with. I don't know if it'll be okay in the dry cleaning. I don't know if it'll shrivel up in a tumble dryer. I don't even know if it's best to drip dry it. I can tell if I make that up like to something big, that is going to have a really nice drape on it. So let's do 2. But it still feels like I'm using somebody's hair to crochet with. And that isn't the colour, that is purely how it feels, the softness of it. Feels nice on the hook. I'd take a gamble that Beanie would approve. Would you approve? Okay, we're good. I am slightly catching threads from this rather than getting just the thread I'm after. I'm actually hooking on to other bits, but that could well be just me. We all have those days, right? But at least you'll be able to see how it works up. Now this actually came from an eBay bulk order. It was sent to me as a Happy Mail. And she had bought it as a job lot on eBay with about 20 other types of things in there. And almost none of them had any information on the ball bands at all. Oops, that was my mistake. Didn't even know what I was doing. So I'm going to carry on and I will meet you in, for you, what will be a moment. But I'm going to make up some of this swatch. So I will be right back. Okay, so what was practically a blink for you seemed like an eternity for me. Working with this was so difficult. Constantly catching on other stitches, pulling the threads apart. It was knotting. I did try 2 other hook sizes. This one, which is a 4. Yep, 4. Actually worked out the best, and yet I was still snagging constantly. It does have a really nice drape on it. It feels so nice. That metallic is just integrated so nicely, and yes, I would like this by my skin, but to work with it, what a pig. But here it is worked up in doubles and half double crochets, US terms, with a hanky marker on that I can now take off. Hanky markers sold by me. You just need to email me if you would like one, because they come in an array of around 430 shades, so hopefully I should be able to get your requirement, I hope. Anyway, let's go a frogging and see what happens. So a nice slow frog to start with. Oh, I was expecting that a little bit sooner, but okay. And there we go again, a snag and a fast. Oh, snag. And back to slow. Snag. It's definitely catching on itself. Oh, it didn't like that bit. Oops, sorry, Beanie. Okay, and that last little bit. Well, what on earth do I say about this? I was really liking this. When I was sent it, I was like, that is not going in a giveaway. That is mine, oh mine, oh mine, oh mine. But has my opinion changed? Well, you already know it's a half mark off because there's absolutely nothing worthwhile on the band at all. Let's have a decider, shall we? Would I turn my back on it completely? Well, no. Would I be like, oh, is that it? Is that all you've got? Oh, fine. No. Would I be like, well, that was in my top 5 at least. Yeah, okay, I'll work with it. Well, yes. But I think I'm going to push it just that little bit to a 3.5 Ladybirds out of 5. The half a mark off was because there was nothing on there. Really, there's another like full mark taken off because it was such a pain to get the stitches. It was constantly catching on itself. It was constantly ripping apart with the hook. It was just very difficult to work with, but it does work nicely and it feels lovely. And yes, it's going to be a pain to work with it again, but I do want to work with it again. Oh, stroke the head of hair. Anyway, that is my review for this particular Love Wool Kinds. This is my woolly review for this week. Next week there'll be another, and hopefully I'll see you then. Maybe if you subscribe down below, you might also be willing to give a thumbs up. Maybe. Until then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.